Well, welcome into the Danny and Danny show. We're both Eagles. We're both Ellison fanatics. So we decided we'd get together and do a little show. We started this about 30 years ago when you weren't exactly there, but there's been a couple other guys there. But these years that you've been here have been definitely enjoyable, buddy.
I was there in spirit.
Yeah. We knew you were going to be here eventually. That's what it was.
Right.
That's what it was. Well, baby, you're in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. First time since 2017.
Love you. You're the mayor of Ellison High School.
I appreciate it. Kids have done a tremendous job. Coaches have done a tremendous job. And, it's been a long time coming, but we've worked hard to get to where we are right now.
It's good to see it pay off, isn't it?
It is good to see it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, the kids have worked, continuously trying to get to this point, and the coaches, of course, have just poured into these kids, and very proud of how hard our coaches work and how hard the kids work.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, a lot of folks were saying Brian Rudder was going to knock you off last week. Well, you changed that just a little bit. They gained it down, and you said, nah. We're putting 50 on you.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're a good football team, and, our kids just did a great job of hanging in there and not giving up and showing resiliency and continuing to fight and making plays at the right time to win the ball game.
And the offensive mix was unbelievable. Man, I tell you, the offense is on fire, knocking on wood, baby.
Tell you what, they really are. Coach Sims has really done a good job as our offense coordinator with our kids. I mean, he's done above and beyond, going and trying to put together great game plans, for playing against different opponents. And so he and the offensive staff, like I said, hats off to them. They've done a terrific job this year. And, if you look at the things that we've done, I mean, we spread the ball around a lot to a lot of different receivers.
There's like 10 or 12 on that list of receivers on the stats.
Absolutely. It's not just one guy. So every week, it's a different guy when you look on there. You see Prince Hall one week, you see Juan Ramirez the next week, you see Servance Turner-Smith, you see Keandre Sales, and the list goes on and on. So just hats off to those guys, and running backs. Daryl Caney has done a good job this year, and Joseph Folks, of course, when he's back there, Trey Lockhart Jones, and so, I mean, you like having the ball spread around to different guys.
I've seen some other guys put their wide receiver back there running back, like you have folks and move folks around and you put folks wherever you can put them, I've seen a lot of teams do that in the pros.
Right, yeah. He's a Swiss Army knife, so you can use him in a lot of different places. We even use him on defense.
Yeah.
And I think he may be leading our team in sacks, because he's that type of player. And so, he's, like I said, just an all-around great kid, great football player, and the great ultimate team player.
Yeah, and then your team, I consider one of your team leaders, Sidney Holland, is having just a phenomenal year. He's my buddy, so I'm going to talk good about Sid. But he's up for awards upon awards, and he just wants to win the football game. He wants to win that every play. So he set an example for the rest of the team like he is. That's awesome. But this is probably the most well-rounded and tight and personality group of kids. Yeah. Thank you for finishing. That's what I was trying to say. That I've seen here in several years.
Right. They really are. They love each other.
Family.
They play for each other. That's right. It's a family. And so we're very proud of that. That's the atmosphere that we want for our team and for our whole campus. And that's what we foster, at Ellison High School, is family. And I think everybody feels that. And, we cheer each other on and we support each other. And, that's really carried over to our football team and how our kids love each other and play for each other.
You not only had football this week, you had basketball and volleyball you were attending too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Went to West Texas, not my West Texas,
Right.
but West Texas,
a little shorter drive.
on the other side of Waco, and watched our girls play volleyball last night. And our kids did a great job, played hard, came up a little short versus Midlothian Heritage, but man, had a great season. And they just continue to amaze me each year, being in the playoffs and doing such a terrific job.
And the basketball team's going to be headed for the Stars again this year. I know that too. So, but
Basketball team's going. I tell you what, they've kind of started up. I know. I guess the girls just got through playing Shoemaker, and everything's going in full blow right now. We just had Ethan and the state cross country meet, and
Carranza,
yeah. So I mean, a lot of things going on, and we've got a lot of kids competing at a high level.
Well, all you're worried about right now is Waco University and getting that game win, and then that will get you that second place in district. Is that correct?
Second place, that's correct. Yeah, second place. Yeah, you're exactly right. We talk all the time about taking it one game at a time. Well, we're down to one game, and so it's the most important game of the year. And our kids have been preparing for this game, and a good University Trojans football team. They've got 5-star top receiver London Smith, number 1 for University, and he's highly sought after. And they've got running back that transferred in from Mart, Ladarium Bell, who's a heck of a running back. He's been out with injury, but we believe he'll be back against us. And so the list goes on and on for them also. They're a very talented football team, well coached, and, we've got to be ready to go.
They match up with you pretty good speed-wise, kind of like Shoemaker matches up with teams. They're like that fast defensive backs,
Right,
some fast
right.
outside guys.
Absolutely, yeah. They're athletic. They've got speed. They've got size. And so, like I said, we've got to go out and we've got to play our best football because they're a really good football team.
Yeah, and these kids have been playing together a few years, too. The only 2 high schools in Waco, of course, so those kids play together in junior high at the different junior highs across town. And so we've got a university team that's always been real coached ever since Coach Coleman was around. So,
Right.
And they've got that tradition.
Yeah, they do.
Still got that LaDainian Tomlinson on the
That's
wall in
exactly
that
right.
locker room,
That's
baby.
exactly right.
And a
Yes,
kid
sir.
can get inspired by something like that, like they do when
Absolutely.
they see the Tommy Harris thing.
That's right. That's right.
Inspiration that I can be that guy.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a game.
It is going to be a game. Yeah.
They ain't going to lay down.
No, they're not going to lay down. We don't expect them to. Like I said, Coach Johnson does a great job coaching those kids. He'll have them ready to play. I don't expect anything any less. I know him. He's competitive. And, we've got to be ready to go when we get there.
Brenham held them to 7 points last week. On the first time, we watched the video with you on their first possession of the game. After that, it was all Brenham. Is that what you're going to have to do, is to shut them down?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know. Brenham did a terrific job against them, on defense. Like I said, they had some kids banged up and really kind of was, at a disadvantage as far as their personnel was concerned. But I think they'll be full steam ahead against us. They'll have everybody back ready to go. So we're going to have to do our best. We're going to try to go in there and see if we can stop them and see what happens.
You do not look past 7 o'clock on Friday night, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Nowhere
not.
past that.
Like I said, the main thing is the main thing.
What comes after that? Saturday comes after that.
Well, that's exactly right. Saturday
For
comes
right now,
after
by
that.
golly.
Exactly.
Coaches are funny that way, and I've learned after 30 years.
That's
you don't ask
right.
me, well, Coach, what about the team you might be facing in 3 weeks if you win the first 2 playoff games? I'm not going to step in that one at all.
No,
it's just
no.
Game tonight, how are we going to win the game?
That's it.
Got to talk about Sydney a little bit. This
Yeah.
kid is just playing lights out this year. His nominations coming in from everywhere. And his yardage, you just gathered it up for me again, and he's just having a fun. And he's such a good kid.
Yeah, he is such a good kid. He's almost thrown for 3,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, and none of that can happen without that offensive line.
Right.
So I always try to give those guys some pub because they do a terrific job and keep him upright, and so that he can deliver that ball. But, all phases, the wide receivers, the running backs, the offensive line, and of course Sydney, they've all, contributed and makes the game a lot easier for Sydney back there when everybody's doing their job.
Yeah, and these kids have actually grown. I've come in here for the past 3 years watching these seniors come through the senior class now, and I've watched these kids get bigger and wider.
Right.
You're Resty. I mean,
right.
The man is a mountain, and it's not fat. That's muscle.
Absolutely. It was good to get him back last week. He played sparingly, but it was good to have him back.
Yeah,
he had been out a couple of weeks, with a bad ankle, and so it was good having him back on the field. His presence is always known when he's out there. Like I said, you don't just kind of throw 6'4", 300-plus pound guy out there and not get noticed. So he does a great job.
Yeah, and Jin said that she is taking donations of food to feed him whenever she can. That one's just for the Iglesias family that I've known forever. So that's just a great family of athletes all the way around, and glad to have them. That's pretty cool stuff. But man, we're ready to get some victory tonight. I'm ready to win this one, and then get on to Saturday morning.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're fired up. Like I said, for our seniors, it's their last regular season game, and so they're all ready to go and kind of getting with each other and talking about how special it is, and so we're fired up about it, and we're ready to go.
Well, I'm not going to be able to make it there. I've got to stay in town.
All right.
And kind of watch the ship and kind of see how things go all around the area.
All right.
But if you can sneak me on the bus, though.
Okay.
Put me in one of those big coolers you got.
All right.
Then maybe I can come on down and cover.
We'll see what we can do.
But I'm looking at the playoffs, and hopefully the powers that be will let me do something there.
Yeah, maybe so. So. That'd be great.
All right. Well, give me that. I don't need a speech. I'm ready to go hit somebody right now, Coach. You don't have to give me a speech. It's probably somebody calling you, offering you a job. You're staying here. You're not going anywhere. But give me that pregame.
Well, I'll tell you what. We've got to be ready to go. This is it. This is what everybody's been preparing for all their life, especially you seniors. Last time off the bus. Last time, playing university, and we got to leave it all out there on the line.
And as always, the last words are,
Go Eagles.